What you waiting for? It's just a camera, big deal. Hey, this is Otis Dyson. I'm here to help you create and grow your online presence. And yes, today, building camera confidence. That's all coming up. Back in 1989, that's when I started in radio. And let me tell you, I was scared to death. In fact, I even got a recording of that somewhere in storage that I was scared to death. Let me tell you. And I was just talking into a microphone. Nobody could see me. Nobody knew what I looked like. Nothing like that. It was just a microphone. It was just radio. No big deal. It was a big deal to me because I was sweating bullets. I was just scared to death. But you know what? Somehow, some way, I grew out of that. I started looking at the microphone as basically like a friend, like you would a friend. I was imagining myself talking to a single person. Instead of realizing thousands of people was listening to me, I tuned all that out. All I did was focus on that one person. And once I got that one person down, it got pretty easy. And I went on year after year doing okay behind a microphone. I tell you, it took just a little bit to get out of that stage fright, but I did. Fast forward a few years, I started working in television and production work and things like that. And I was fortunate. I always worked behind the camera, so nobody could see me, nobody could hear me. It was just me, myself, and I, editing videos, doing live television. I was good. But one day, I was asked to do something on camera. Oh boy, I felt like it was 1989 all over again in radio. I was scared to death, and it wasn't live, it was recorded, big deal. But it was terrible, absolutely terrible. How did I get over it, you say? It took a little practice, but I got over it. All right, some of these tips are gonna sound pretty silly. They just will. They're gonna sound silly, but hear me out first. Probably the first thing, also, talking into a camera is not natural. It's not normal, nothing like that. So you're going to feel silly at first until you get used to it, until you start building that confidence up. One of the best ways to do that is to maybe talk into a mirror. Go into the bathroom, and for about a minute or so, just talk about something. Grab that hairspray can and just start talking about it. Talk about it like you're telling somebody about that product. Do that for about a minute. Do it for a couple of minutes. Do it each day until you start feeling a little bit more confident with the way you're presenting yourself. Because your personality needs to shine. It just has to. You have to come out of your shell. You can't be anybody else. Don't act like somebody else. Don't try to talk like somebody else. This is the way you are. And your character, your personality has to shine through. And the only way to get there is just practice. Once you master that, you're going to do okay. When you're not who you are, you're going to see that real quick. You're going to say, wow, I look like a turtle in a shell. Kind of talking like this, timid. Yeah, we're going to do this. You're talking real soft. No. Talk, be bold. Talk to the camera, speak to the camera, look at the camera, take charge of the camera. That's the best way to do it. Is just go in, the water's fine. Another big way is to film something that you're never going to upload. In other words, just film something, maybe film another video, Just film some videos that you know you're never going to post online, but you just film them just to get comfortable with talking to the camera. Like I said, the more you talk into the camera, the less uncomfortable it's going to be. One of the best places that you could learn how to speak on camera, you guessed it right here, in your vehicle. It's such an easy, comfortable place for you to learn how to speak on camera. Grab your phone, put it on the dash, and just hit record and start recording about anything. You can talk about anything in the vehicle. There's something about the privacy of your vehicle. Even though the windows are right there, people can see you, you don't feel like people are watching you or making fun of you or anything like that. People see you talking basically to yourself. they're not going to think anything because they're just going to think you're on your hands-free device. If you're in the parking lot right now, same thing. So this is just an opportunity for you to look right into the camera, be yourself, be your happy self, and learn how to speak into the camera. Do it every chance you get. When you're going out doing errands or something like that, say you're going to the store, you're going to go pick up some things for dinner, take the camera along with you, pop it up on the dash, and just start talking about what you're going to be doing. Hey, we're headed off to the store. When we get back, we're going to light the grill, and we're gonna do some barbecuing tonight, and then we're gonna just sit around and talk, or maybe it's an afternoon where you're gonna be cleaning the house or something like that. Just talk about your day, and it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Who cares? All you're doing is practicing speaking to the camera and getting comfortable with doing just that. Oh, and hey, if you're getting some value out of this video, please like, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, all of those things really helps out a lot. All right, the second thing is to choose a camera. And when I say that, don't go out and buy the most expensive camera. Far from that. Choose a camera that's comfortable with you, that you're comfortable with it rather, that you're gonna want to use. If you've got this big old camera that's got all these knobs and functions on it, and you don't know how to operate it, even if you do, it's just too much trouble every time you do a video. You're not going to do a video. You just won't. You know, you're going to get frustrated. You know, so simple is always the best. Of course, you want good quality of your footage, so you want to make sure you get a decent camera, but don't feel like you have to get one of those top of the line cameras that everybody else has. You know what an iPhone can do nowadays. You know what a smartphone can do nowadays. They take 4K video and they do real well. And all you got to do is just hit the button and that's it. All right, the other thing is, and this is one of those silly things, but name your camera. You heard me right. Name your camera. And I say that for one reason and one reason only. Because some people need to feel like they're talking to someone, one particular person, especially if it's a person that you're real comfortable with talking to. Like say you got a friend, his name is Jim, and boy, you could talk about anything to Jim, right? You just feel so connected. You feel like you can share your darkest secrets, right? Then name your camera Jim, so that when you're talking to the camera, you're talking to Jim. And you'll feel more confident about talking on camera. The third thing is to look and feel comfortable. We all like to be comfortable, don't we? Some of us like to wear shorts. Some of us like to wear stretchy clothes, whatever works. And you know, you want to make sure you don't look like a slob or anything like that, but wear comfortable clothes, because if you're comfortable, you're going to do a much better job. The other thing to make you feel more comfortable is to know that you have the power to edit, because that takes all the pressure off. If you make a mistake, all you have to do is just edit it in post-production. Edit the video, get it all right. In other words, don't stop and keep restarting the video. Just stop for a moment, pause for a moment, start again. Once you start again, you can go back into post-production and edit that part out and do a jump cut. And then, the video keeps going and it keeps looking good all the way through. And the pressure is off of you. So part of that being comfortable is knowing that you have the power to edit out all mistakes. The important thing is to don't take it too seriously. Really, take a break. When you start getting frustrated because you can't say the right words, you're blah, 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 take a break. Really, go get a cup of coffee, go get a soda, do something, walk around a little bit, come back, be a little bit more refreshed. You're going to do just fine. Just don't take it too seriously, especially in the beginning, because it can get pretty frustrating when you feel like, boy, I'm just a klutz. I can't get anything right. Just take your time. You'll do fine.